everybody, and welcome back to my channel here on YouTube. Thanks for coming back and joining me for another video. I really appreciate it. My name is Lauren, and I am here to talk to you about drug recovery. And I just want to make sure that I put this little disclaimer that I am not a doctor and I'm not a therapist. I am somebody who has gone through addiction and is now in my 4th year of recovery. And there's things that I have found and I have noticed and I think are pretty important, or very important, and not important enough for me to come on here and to start a YouTube channel to talk to you about new people to recovery, people maybe thinking about getting into recovery, or people that are just kind of tired of what they're doing when it comes to drugs and alcohol. So thanks again, and I hope you subscribe and stick around for a little while. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about lately, about why is it we don't quit drugs and alcohol sooner. Most of the time, addicts really do need to hit rock bottom before they quit. And I've seen it. I've been there. And it's a sad, it's scary place. People think they need to hit rock bottom. We need to hit rock bottom, or they'll never decide to stop using. They need to hit rock bottom in order for them to figure out that they need to quit, that their life is nothing good anymore. I think where I hit rock bottom was actually when I was in rehab. I walked into rehab, and this was my 4th or 5th time in rehab. I mean, like, it was my first time, guys. I just didn't want to stop. And I would go to rehab for other people, basically. So, and I'd leave. I wouldn't take it seriously. And this time it was different because it wasn't one of those real nice rehabs. It was pretty shady. It was pretty rough. And I knew that that's exactly where I needed to be. That this is where I've gotten in life. I was basically right there with all those people. Why not be there and kind of sit in it, you know? So I started thinking about how I got here, and more I started thinking about if I'm going to be able to quit using drugs. My self-doubt had been so huge. I didn't think I could work my job without using. I didn't think I could pay bills. I didn't think I could sit down and attend a meeting. I was at the point where I didn't even think I could wake up in the morning and have a successful day. My mind was so scrambled, and I was so tired, and I was so used to that drug, and it took away so much of what I thought I was. I gave my drug everything. I believed that my drug was the reason why I was where I was before I got to rock bottom. I was successful. I started using drugs. Well, I started using adderall because I had got a job and I wanted to be the very best. And I thought that I had ADD, and I thought all these different things. I went to the doctors and they're like, yeah, we'll try this. And when I took it, oh my goodness, it was kind of like waking up for the first time. Like, I was just like on turbo drive. Like, I could do anything. And everything was great, and I was having conversations with people, and I wasn't scared, and I was so like, oh, everything was just working out for me. And so when I was sitting there in that rehab, and I was saying, what in the world happened? Because I'm so far away from that person that started taking the drug to become more of a success. What happened? And I figured out what happened. What happened was that I put all of my successes, I put all of the strengths, everything that had happened in my life, and I gave it to Adderall. I said, you are the reason why I'm here. I can't stop doing you. If I do, I'll lose my job. How can I work this job? I'm so overwhelmed without Adderall. Or even with Adderall at this point. How can I quit my job? Or I'm sorry, how can I stop taking Adderall? I need it to work this job. It's the reason why I'm the number one in sales. It's the reason why I'm at this point. It's the reason. And I have now realized that it's not the reason. That's what drugs do to you. It takes away your self-worth, what you have actually done. There's a learning curve in life for everything. Everything. There was a learning curve for success in a job. There's a learning curve in college. There's a learning curve in relationships. There's a learning curve in addiction, and there is a learning curve in recovery. And we as addicts forget that because drugs are so immediate. They will take you completely and very fast out of the state that you're in and put you in this state of bliss, happiness, energy, not being shy. You know, your endorphins are going, like, all of a sudden, there. And you can do this without drugs, but you need to learn how to do it without drugs. You need to learn what your body needs to keep you feeling great. You need to learn these things. I have learned these things through exercise. I cannot explain to you enough how exercise has helped me. If I do not exercise in the morning, I cannot. I mean, I'm sure I could, but I will not have a good day. And it doesn't have to be a lot of exercise, but just something to get my heart going, my mind focused. I have another video that talks about lifting the brain fog, and I would recommend you please watch that, because that's exactly what I do each day. And once that's lifted, I don't need anything else to help me be a stronger, more successful person. I can do that on my own. So I don't need drugs at all. I don't even want them anymore. And I promise you I don't. I remember sitting there in rehab saying, how am I I'm not ever gonna be able to take Adderall again? I had it so intuned in my mind that I needed Adderall to live my life. Like, I did end up leaving my job, but that wasn't because I couldn't do it. It was because I became crazy because I was taking so much amphetamines, Adderall. That's exactly what it is. It's amphetamines. It's Adderall. Look at, it's called amphetamine salts. You know, I was watching a TV show yesterday about Johnny Cash, and Johnny Cash was addicted to amphetamines, which is Adderall. You know, of course, it has a little mixtures of something else, but when you get generic Adderall, it's amphetamine salts, right? So this is pretty hardcore drugs, guys. Just because we can get it prescribed to us doesn't mean that it's not something that we need to reckon with. I mean, we talked about benzos and how we all know that those are very serious drugs, and they're prescribed to you too. And if you have insurance, you can get hundreds of them for $20, even less. So, you know, gone is that understanding that if it's prescribed to you, then it's safe. It's not, guys. It's not. But I guess I just wanted to come to you today and to just talk to you about your self-worth, and that it's still there, and that you need to give yourself some time to realize that. But you're never going to do that while you're still using the drug. You're going to still believe that it's the drug that allows you to escape, or it allows you to feel better, or it allows you to do whatever it is you're going to that drug for. It is a quick fix. Now, if you're doing heroin or something like that, and you have that feeling of like complete, like, I don't know, Zen feeling, what are you getting that feeling for? What are you doing that for? Is it to escape from something? You can get to the point where you want to be without drugs, without even heroin. I mean, it's gonna take time. You've got to get your body back to where it needs to be to function properly. But you can still do it. This doesn't have to be the rest of your life. And I promise you that, because I really never thought I would be where I am now. I never thought it. I would think people were crazy. Are you crazy? Yeah. I would look at people like on TV, and I would be like, how can they even act? They must be on adderall or something. Like, how can they have all this energy? I would look at like my family members, and I'd be like, how do they get up in the morning and do these things that they need to do and get it all done? Like, I just don't understand it, and they don't have to take anything. How do they do this? I am there now, guys. I am there now. Yes, it took time. It took quite a bit of time, but I got there, and it's worth it, especially because whatever drug you're on, you cannot depend on that for the rest of your life. It will switch on you. It will change on you. And who wants to have to, who wants to have to depend on that for the rest of their lives? Now, if you're on a drug because of a doctor recommended it to you, I mean, I'm not saying quit your drug right away. I'm saying, really, guys, think about your options. Think about your options. Get a game plan together. But don't get hung up on the fact, or on the point, not a fact, on the point that you're making in your head that you won't be able to be a productive or a person that's living a life that you're living without whatever you're using. Okay? That's all I wanted to say to you today, because you are stronger than you are stronger than you think you are. You are so much stronger than that drug. And I wish you all the best, and I hope everybody is having a great day, and I will be back next week. Please subscribe. Thanks.